Niggas don't want it like this now.
Yeah.
Street fan, real life.
New fans.
Come on.
Like real.
Stop speaking.
No, for real life. Hood in the city in New
Come on,
York.
y'all.
For real life.
I'm already rich from rap. Now I just deal for a hobby, just to see if I can make a meal in the lobby. These hoes know I'm a dog, still wanna slob me and give it up so quick you feel like a robbery. Or maybe it's they brain on drugs. Fuck that, it's the chain on studs and the range on dubs. If it's personal beef, I write their name on slugs. Box them up, put the David Blaine on thugs. In the hood, I got my fame on Bud. And you can ask anybody around about the green crack. A couple pulls, I had you on the lean back like Remy Ma and Fat Joe. When the semi-automatic blow, stay low like Bin Laden. You just got your license, nigga, I been riding. Your head's been nodding like when the beat's playing. The streets saying, go back on that shit. Killer mixtapes, go back on Black Hit. Get the Bentley and go black on Black Hit. Low Mac on that bitch, and you won't find her. Even if you put a low jack on that bitch. You bum ass niggas, no jack on that shit. Go put a throwback on that fit. You a lame. And a groupie at its worst. Who gon' die broke and have to use a hoopty for his hearse, nigga?
Right, nigga. Real Talk in New York. Real Talk, the album. Coming September, nigga.
I damn near 2 million views on YouTube. I was going crazy. I actually was averaging about 40,000 to 60,000 views per video, by the way. Right now, I got 4 videos at 200,000 views. Now, imagine what you can do. Nobody else in this world is offering these YouTube methods at this level for the low cost that I'm offering it. Imagine having a 5-figure stream of income plus more. You want me to make the YouTube for you? That's cool. You want a one-on-one hands-on consultation on how to do it? That's cool too. You want to get this money, you want to grow, you want to be as best as you possibly can and benefit and profit off of social media. Let's do it right now. Hit me up. Let's get it. Just know you only live once. Why not take this opportunity and be great? DM me or text me right now.
So it's time to take time, champs. Respectfully, we got the new Take Time merch available right now in all type of colors. We got camo. Every one of them comes with the Tough House insignia on the back. This nigga looks like Andrew Bynum. What are you talking about? We got all the 4 colorways available right now at wearetough.com. We even dropped the top. We got the sweatshirts. Shorty looks like Solange Knowles. I ain't gonna hold you. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, we got the drop top sweatshirts on deck. All colors available right now. What are you talking about? At wearetough.com. Y'all make sure y'all take time and go to wearetough.com today.
Welcome back to Showface News. We are back again with another one, man. This is some ongoing details that keep arising. Salute to YouTube. YouTube is great. Salute to YouTube. YouTube is amazing. Salute to the chat and everybody else. Make sure you share the video. But most importantly, you got to do this. Let's get it. That's word to Sue Young. You got to push the goddamn button. And that is the like button, just so we clear. But we back, man. Listen. Check it out, man. So the video has finally dropped for what led up to the death of Takeoff, y'all. Because we know there was an altercation before shots rang out. So let me show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to get straight to that video. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Most importantly, make sure you share the video. Thank you.
They know that they're not going to be disrespectful. They want it.
That's Quavo.
Don't play like that, bro. Hey, let go. I ain't
So the girl who said what she said was not lying. The girl who said it wasn't about a dice game and that they was arguing wasn't lying. At the beginning of the video, you can see that Quavo was going on about sports because she said the guy was making fun of the fact that, you know, he probably beat up Takeoff, you know what I'm saying, in the ring because Takeoff was recently in the ring. And then it led up to Takeoff saying, what about basketball, some other stuff, right? And then it looked like there was a little tussle going on, and then that's when the shots ring out right here at this very moment of the video that you're looking at. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it looks like man, that the girl was telling the full truth. So this really wasn't no dice game thing. This had to do with something else. This had to do with pride and ego because Takeoff, they didn't like what dude was saying, and dude was trying to play with Offset as if Offset, Quavo. Dude was trying to play with Quavo as if he wasn't, you know, he couldn't fight because he was in the ring. So dude was acting like he could beat up Quavo, and Quavo wasn't going for it. As a result, shots were fired. Now, of course, they say the shots first came from the Migos camp first. So Quavo's side let off a shot first, and the first hit actually hit Takeoff by accident. All right, that's what they saying. First shot hit Takeoff by accident, and then the other side fired off, right? And then again, it hit Takeoff, and rounds also hit two other individuals who were rushed to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. They're good. That's great. Glad they're good. That's a good thing. However, unfortunately, somebody did not make it out alive in the crossfire. All right. So I'm gonna run the video in full again because I know a lot of people did just come in here. We're gonna run it back. I'm gonna be honest with you. This proves that the girl who was saying that she was an eyewitness and was there was not clout chasing. It was telling the truth because you can see in the audio that that's exactly what it led up to. It didn't seem like it was over any dice, and we don't see any dice in the footage. So we're gonna run that back one more time in full. Make sure y'all hitting the like button and please share the video. Let's get it.
Hold on, look. They know y'all, but they're not going to be disrespectful like they want it. Basketball, bro. You won't get play basketball. You just saw me play basketball. Y'all niggas just in the gym. Play like that, bro. Don't play like that, bro. Hey, let go. I ain't
Alright. So yeah, man. They was having a discussion about, you know what I'm saying, whether if, you know, Offset, I keep saying if Quavo, they keep having a discussion if Quavo could fight or not. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, if you don't know the location, this is actually at this big bowling alley that they got, which is several stories high in Houston. So it's a bowling alley that's there out there in Houston. Now, one of my subscribers actually used to work at this very place, actually, and he knows the people that were working during that shift at night where this all took place. So he actually got first-hand, you know, information before the police actually got it and whatever other media source. Understand? But yeah, this is this bowling alley place out there in Houston that's pretty big, and they was on the 3rd floor. You know what I'm saying? And that was on the 3rd floor. But again, this was over Quavo and another person having an argument because Quavo was upset that dude was trying to act like he could beat him up in a joking manner. And Quavo wasn't for the jokes. His ego was hurt because apparently Quavo was in the ring, right? So dude was acting like he could beat up Quavo and making fun of his supposed in-ring ability, and they having a conversation about sports, and Quavo's like, I don't care about basketball and stuff like that. And then it led up to this. Again, I'm gonna play the audio again in full so y'all can hear it again one more time, because there's more things we gotta get into, because there's a lot of false narratives that were also debunked as well, because people were still painting narratives, blaming whoever they wanted to blame, saying it was them. So we're gonna run it back one more time. But this only proves that the girl who said she was an eyewitness was actually telling the truth, because as you can see on the film, this is pretty much verbatim what Shorty was talking about. So salute to her. You dig? Let's run it back one more time. Let's get it.
Hold on, look. They know y'all, but they're not going to be disrespectful like they want to. Don't play like that. Hey, let go. I ain't gonna sit
So yeah, man. If you was paying attention to the conversation, it was in relation to sports. You know what I'm saying? That's what the conversation was about. You know what I mean? But as you can see, man, it got nasty, and Quavo was definitely feeling some type of way, man. Quavo was definitely feeling some type of way about all that, and it led up to this, man. Very senseless violence that ended up getting Takeoff killed, man. Got Takeoff murdered in cold blood, man. So that's a very unfortunate situation, you know. But this is just furthers the proof that the girl provided. Now I want to take a look at this now here. Now it says Mob Ties affiliate No Luck Combat the rumors that he fired the shots that killed Takeoff. No Luck states he was not at the bowling alley and that people are getting him confused with someone else. So No Luck, the rapper No Luck, who's also a part of Mob Ties, who's affiliated with Mob Ties, says that he was not at this bowling alley and that people are lying on his name, saying that he was the shooter. Now see what I'm talking about with the false narratives? That's what I'll be talking about. You painting narratives and you trying to demonize the wrong people. This guy was not even at the bowling alley, and y'all keep saying that it's him. Why would you say that it's this man, and this man was not even at the bowling alley? You dig? That's what I'm saying. The homie Poncho says, I think some people think their camp I think some people within their camp had an agenda. That's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? We don't know fully, but that's a possibility. Now back to the No Luck. No Luck said, I was not at a bowling alley. Please stop confusing me with people. So a lot of people tried to blame No Luck and say that No Luck was the one that was there. He was not there. No Luck was not there, y'all. Respectfully. So to say that the man was there and he was not there, you're lying. You don't know what you're talking about. You think you know what you're talking about, but you don't. Stop with the false narratives, man. And this is kind of reminding me of what happened when Young Dolph passed away. When Young Dolph passed away, a lot of people was blaming people who might have not had nothing to do with it. They went as far as to blame Key Glock for the passing of Young Dolph, which is disgusting because Key Glock had absolutely nothing to do with that. We need to make it stop. They even went as far as to blame Dolph's immediate baby mother. All that needs to stop, man. Poncho also says this is getting ugly. It's just very nasty, very untruthful. These agendas and so forth. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree that we need to stop with the blame game when we don't know what's going on. Okay, so no luck. Mob Ties affiliate has been cleared. He was not even at the bowling alley, and people are still trying to blame No Luck. We also have this right here. This woman who allegedly called the ambulance police after witnessing Takeoff's murder speaks out. So this is allegedly the person that made the 911 call, and the 911 call is now available online by none other than TMZ. It is completely true and happened right in front of me. This is the last picture I got of Takeoff. This is all an alleged person. This does not mean this is the actual person, but they saying allegedly this is the woman. You got to be careful because there's so many clout chasers right now. You got to be very careful. He says these are the details to my pictures with the time, date, and place. So she's showing the paperwork that she was actually there and Takeoff was right in front of her. She's showing locations on pictures and everything. You dig? So maybe this could definitely be the person, being that they do have time, location, and everything from picture details, because you couldn't get those picture details unless you were the person that was in the vicinity taking those pictures. You dig? Salute to Shorty. She says, I've been trying to read as many comments as possible to answer questions to what I seen. I just want to say no, he was not playing in the dice game. But yes, this happened because of a dice game. So she says it is because of a dice game. An argument happened outside of the bowling alley, which led to a fight then. So the homie Poncho made a good point in my last video then. The dice game got Quavo heated. Quavo was already upset over losing money at the dice game, and then that triggered him when he got into the conversation with Dude, and Dude was making fun of Quavo for boxing in the ring. So Quavo was already heated, and he was kind of gaslit by the jokes because he was already upset. So the jokes just added fuel to the fire, which led to the crossfire happening in the first place. So this chick has actual evidence that she did get the last picture of Takeoff before Takeoff was innocently harmed, an innocent bystander in the crossfire that was not meant for him. You know what I'm saying? So yes, the first shot did ring out from the Migos camp, and then the second shot came from the other side, which did hit Takeoff twice. Takeoff got hit twice. Takeoff had nothing to do with this. This was between Quavo and another person, whoever that person may be. Now, it's going to be hard for them to find out who this person is, being that nobody is going to tell. Because, again, these people are involved in street stuff, so the odds of them telling is pretty much unlikely. And if they do tell, well, they broke code, unfortunately, even though an innocent bystander and family member was harmed in the process. They're not going to be trying to tell. You understand what I'm saying? You're not going to be trying to tell. You're not looking to tell. You dig? But again, very nasty situation, I must say, man. Situation is very senseless, but also nasty, man. A lot of people want to say it was J. Prince Jr. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to say it was Mob Ties affiliate No Luck. Well, Mob Ties affiliate No Luck has cleared his name because he wasn't even at the bowling alley, but y'all saw it was him. This is why you can't be painting false narratives. If you don't know what you're talking about, it's best that you just wait for the news to drop. But no, it's the internet. Everybody's right. Everybody has to be right. Everybody gotta make themselves important like they the best investigator on the planet. So we start to blame people who have absolutely nothing to do with the crime at hand, right? And then you want to say, oh, well, J. Prince Jr. was also with Duke the Jeweler and Lil Boosie. So I don't know, champ. Duke the Jeweler also passed away while rolling dice at one of, the J. Prince parties, right? So look, man, all I'm gonna say is this: if you don't got the facts, you don't got them, man. Stop jumping to conclusion and posing them as facts. You dig? It's nasty work. And there's more windows. So this girl, Lonnie is the person who allegedly made the 911 call She also says, with my family, and a memory came up on how one of my family members had died similarly and was left there, a celebrity or not. I vowed if anything as such were to happen before my eyes, I would still let the world know. And the fastest way of communication is social media. The shooting. After I called police, ambulance, I called my family and friends to let them know I was okay and the details of what happened before I even considered telling people who love and adored him over social media and newscasts. I sat in the car on the phone for hours. So this is allegedly the girl who was on the phone with the police after the fact. She also says anyone would have done the same. Rest in power, Kirshnik Kari Ball. Wish his loved ones and fans peace, comfort, courage, and lots of love at this time of sorrow. Specifically, sites such as Twitter, there is a video going around I wouldn't dare repost. I wasn't an avid Twitter user because I use Instagram more than Twitter, but I did want the news to spread because I'm a fan of his character and music. And that is the last thing she was seen writing in regards to this whole incident that took place 2 a.m. in the morning. You dig? But yeah, man, she do got the proof that she definitely took a picture of Takeoff because she's showing that she got the details of the picture and location. When you have an iPhone, you can show details of where the picture was taken at. You know what I'm saying? So she definitely got that. But yeah, man, very, very sad situation, and we need to stop blaming people, man. We need to stop blaming people. Now, there's 2 females who have a little bit of a difference of account, but the girl who called 911 seems to have more details. The girl who allegedly called 911 seems to have a bit more details because she said it's pretty much like the dice game, and Quavo losing all his money in the dice game spiraled off into the whole thing where Quavo was getting joked on for boxing. You know what I'm saying? And dude had Quavo very heated, especially after Quavo lost a substantial amount of bread while rolling dice. You understand? So it pretty much spiraled over to that whole conversation he had with dude, and dude was joking on Quavo, you know what I'm saying, about him boxing, saying that he could beat up Quavo. So Quavo took offense. Quavo's ego was hurt, and somebody from the Migos camps let one round off, and it ended up hitting an innocent bystander in Takeoff, dog. So Takeoff gets hit with the first round, and then another round hits Takeoff and seals the deal, unfortunately. So it's senseless violence, man. Senseless violence because somebody was really mad because they lost some money, man. You know, a bunch of people losing money in a street scenario was never a good thing, man. It's never good at all. Never good at all, man. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, there's a lot of narratives coming out. Narratives, false narratives, that is, of things that's just not true. Speculation. Speculation is speculation. If you're going to say something, at least say alleged or what you think. I honestly think this is senseless. Senseless violence. It could have been avoided. Honestly, dice games are not the best scenarios. A lot of the time, dice games end very bad, man. Somebody's not okay with losing a certain amount of money while rolling dice, man. You know, that type of gambling can lead to some very, very fatal things happening. You dig? But listen, you got to stop the narrative paint. Why are we painting these narratives saying it was such and such? Why are y'all saying that it was J. Prince Jr.? Why are y'all saying that it was No Black who was a Mob Times affiliate? Next thing we know, you're gonna say it was Finesse 2 Times because he signed to Rap A Lot Records and he's one of J. Prince's artists. Is the next thing niggas is gonna say? I mean, at this point in time, niggas will try to tie anybody who's in the circle of Rap A Lot or Mob Ties to this crime. You dig? It's bad. It's bad, bro. What are we doing here, man? But yeah, man. More and more details are circulating at this time. Reading a lot more details. But Listen, man, there's been a couple clarifications here, as you can see. There's a couple things that have been clarified already, as you can see, but the narratives must stop. The narratives has to stop. You gotta stop painting false narratives, y'all. Respectfully. But who am I, man? People gonna do whatever they feel like doing. But come on, why put somebody's name in a false light just to have a narrative or to feel like you're smarter than others or to feel like you got a lead or something, dog? You know, you can't put false things out there. Just like people were saying that PNB Rock's girl definitely set him up, and that was not the case. That was not the case, and the people who did the crime were found and prosecuted, right? The girl had nothing to do with it. The girl didn't do anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? And people still ran with it. And there's some people that act like they still think she did it. Even though the criminals have been caught, they still believe that the girl is responsible, even though police said it had nothing to do with her. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. The Watchful Eye says, name none of these guys are trained shooters. It's not far-fetched. He got shot by friendly fire. It happens in the military and police, and those guys are trained. Couldn't have been trained if you're gonna hit your own person, man. It's madness, man. It's madness, man. Oh man. Listen, if you just joined, I already talked about the shorty in the beginning who said that it was not over a dice game. How about that? I already spoke on that. See, y'all coming in late. I already spoke on that girl already. Now I'm talking about the other girl who called 911 who said it was over a dice game. And I said maybe, just maybe, there was tension from the dice game that led up to the whole conversation that Quavo had with the other guy that got Quavo so mad that one of his members ended up letting off shots. You understand what I'm saying? So again, I talked about both girls. I talked about the girl who said it wasn't over the dice game, and I'm talking about the girl who said it was over the dice game, who also called the police. So I know exactly what was said. Can't tell me if you came in late, you came in late. Don't come in late and assume that I didn't speak on what was supposed to be spoke on, because I did. You're just late. That's all. You dig? So again, the girl who called 911 got the last picture of Takeoff. And the girl who called 911 also says that, look, it was over the dice game. And I said, okay, if it was over the dice game, I'm saying maybe, because they did say that Quavo was upset that he lost a substantial amount of money. That, look, it got really bad. And then when he had the conversation with Dude, and Dude was trying to make fun of Quavo, like as if Quavo couldn't fight, and saying that he could beat up Quavo in a laughing matter, Quavo wasn't going for it and felt gaslit by it. So so that's when the shots rang out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying here. Yes. He said, I heard they was clowning Quavo, saying he can't play basketball, and Quavo got sensitive and wanted to fight. Well, they also say that they said Quavo couldn't fight neither, because Quavo was also in the ring. So they was definitely talking about sports and basketball. You know what I'm saying? So Quavo already felt like he was getting little boyed or played with. You know what I'm saying? Pause if necessary. So they also say Quavo lost a substantial amount of bread while rolling dice, so he was already heated. But this is why you don't want to be at no dice games, bro, because it could get very ugly, and it did get very ugly, and it didn't have to get ugly neither. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, a lot of narratives, like I said, a lot of narratives, a lot of false narratives. They also said that what was dude's name again? Was his name Lucky Black? They also said that this dude No Luck, yeah, his name was No Luck. They also said that this dude by the name of No Luck, who is affiliated with Mob Ties, was the alleged shooter, and that's also false because No Luck was not even at the bowling alley, and people were still trying to say that it was him. No Luck was not even at the bowling alley, man. You know what I'm saying? I played the TMZ video. I know they mentioned basketball as well. We already know that. Some of y'all coming in here late. I played the video a few times, actually. It was talked about basketball, and the girl also said that they was making fun of Quavo's boxing abilities too as well, trying to say that he could beat up Takeoff. I mean, not Takeoff, but Quavo. You know what I'm saying? Now, Quavo, if you watch that other video, the messed up video, the video where you see Takeoff bleeding out on the ground, you can see Quavo is confused as to why he was hit. Quavo screaming for help, and why did Takeoff get hit? Takeoff is an innocent bystander, but the first round came from Quavo's side, which is even worse. So these people that's shooting these guns don't know what they doing, that you're gonna accidentally hit one of your own people is crazy. Not that the gun should have ever been drawn to begin with, because it shouldn't have. But come on, man. And then the second shot came from the other side, because it was 35 rounds in total that were let off. And the second one that hit Quavo pretty much was the end game right there. You know what I'm saying? So it got nasty. But now people are trying to guess who the shooter is. I mean, you can't guess. If you don't know, you don't know. Because now you're accusing people who's not even there and wasn't at the scene. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to say your name, but you said you hear Quavo say, before I hurt someone, then he got swung on by the same dude in the picture over Takeoff body. Yeah, man, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. This whole thing is crazy, man. The watchful eye says, when everyone pulls guns, there's going to be a lot of bullets flying everywhere. Nobody is trained and people die of friendly fire. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that second round did it bad. They said the first round was just as bad as the second round. And then even if there was no second round, it was gonna end bad. You know what I'm saying? So he was pronounced dead on the scene. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this is, like I said, this is nasty work. Like I said, it shouldn't have happened to begin with. I mean, come on. Dice rolling. What are we doing here, man? It's bad overall. You dig? It's bad overall, man. You gotta do better. It's crazy, man. Boy, oh boy, it's getting real bad. That's all I can honestly say. That's all I can honestly say. Like, come on, man. Shouldn't have been dice rolling, man. Rolling dice leads to a bad situation. Playing dice leads to a bad situation. Honestly, if you don't know, millionaires shoot dice. Millionaires have always shot dice. It's not nothing new. Gambling is gambling. Yes, millionaires have always shot dice. It's nothing foreign for millionaires to be playing dice. But when millionaires play dice, it's on a friendly level. It's never on nothing personal. Understand? When millionaires shoot dice, it's supposed to be friendly. It's not supposed to be this personal on a street level to where people are trying to murk each other over it. Man. He said if you watch in slow-mo, you can catch a whole lot in that video. I bet. Listen. That's a real bad situation, man. But this is why, man. This is exactly why. Niggas you shouldn't be playing dice on foreign ground anyway. You playing dice with people you don't even know. Usually when rich people shoot dice, they're shooting dice with people they're familiar with, people they know, that they're cool with. It's never going to be nothing that's super personal to where people are out here taking guns out. You know what I mean? So yeah, it got very much out of hand. Very, very much out of hand now. You didn't cost somebody their goddamn life, man. You didn't cost somebody their life. Now, will they ever find out who did it? Probably not, unless somebody testifies. But again, these are people who do a lot of street business, so you're not really gonna see them tell. It's gonna be up for the police to find out who's responsible at this point in time. You know? Well, yeah, man. Sad situation once again. But again, the false narratives must stop. The narratives, it gotta stop. Why are we doing these false narratives, saying it was somebody and the people you blaming? Man, the people you blaming wasn't even at the bowling alley. How you gonna say it was someone that wasn't even at the bowling alley? It's crazy. You just going for whoever you think did it. And that's filthy. That's filthy. You shouldn't be putting this type of smudge on people's names, and you shouldn't be doing that. It's just bad, bro. And as a YouTuber, if you're doing that, just know you're putting yourself at jeopardy for not following the guidelines, man. And somebody might hit you with the good old defamation suit, like Cardi B did. So, man, look, you can't be out here on social media spreading lies, because there's definitely consequences for that. There's consequences for those things, champ. Whether it was a post or a video or whatever it is, there's definitely consequences for lying. Big ones. You dig? But yeah, man. This is gonna be a topic for a long time, man. Much like the Young Dolph situation, this is gonna be a topic for a minute, man. Even Young Dolph situation is still being investigated to this day because, you know, there's all types of parties involved. So who knows, man? A lot of people also say it had to be Quavo, but that would make absolutely no sense because Quavo has to make money with him. Quavo has to make money with Takeoff. Him and Takeoff, they got to do shows. They releasing new projects. Why in the world would he be a person that's responsible for that? That doesn't make any sense. You got to make it at least make sense. You dig? They got to make sense at least. But a lot of people is rambling around, going with what they think makes sense. Just because you think it makes sense doesn't mean that it does. You feel me? But how many times are people gonna say we gotta do better and things like that? Man, look, this was just friendly fire going wrong, man. You hit the wrong target and you hit innocent people, man. 35 rounds and a bunch of innocent people get hit. A bunch of innocent people get hit. It's crazy, man. But yeah, man, whoever the shooter is, it's gonna be up for the police to catch because I don't personally think anybody's gonna tell. I don't personally believe anyone's trying to tell at this point. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe anybody personally is trying to tell at this point. You know, these guys are involved in street business, the Migos. You know what I'm saying? They're coming from a street background and doing street business. So, ain't nobody really trying to tell. You know what I'm saying? So, look, man. Who knows where this will end up going? You know? But one thing's for sure, one thing's for certain is this. You gotta be very careful out here, man. And you can't be shooting dice with strangers, man. You can't be shooting dice with just any old body. You shooting dice with strangers, bro. For what? Shooting dice with people you do not know. This is gonna end bad. Celebrities usually shoot dice with people they're familiar with, not just randoms. It was a private party too. It was a private party, had about 50 people there on the 3rd floor of that building at a bowling alley out there in Houston, Texas. Now, a lot of people are talking about there's going to be a possible war between Atlanta and Houston. Like, nah, bro. I would hope it never comes to that, because that would be nasty. So I hope that's not a thing. But people keep talking about some war with Atlanta and Houston. We're not even going to try to bring that into reality, okay? Let's not even think that way. Let's think that this was definitely a mistake, and somebody was very reckless with their aim and didn't know what they was doing and ended up hitting an innocent bystander, man. Cappy Land Records said the worst thing you could do is shoot dice with strangers, and he's not lying. You can't do that, man. Especially as a rich person. But it got ugly, man. It got ugly. It got very ugly, man. But salute. Now, by the way, man, make sure y'all sharing this video, by the way, man. Make sure y'all sharing the video. Share the video, y'all. We do need the shares because I'm currently on a reach ban, so sharing is much appreciated. We are providing facts here. We providing facts. We learning new details here. And that's it, man. We not trying to overstep and just violate and just completely say that this person did that and he did not. We trying to look for the actual facts. Now we got video proof of things that were said. And that's a good thing. You know, we just need the evidence at this point. Evidence is needed. You can't just say things without having evidence. Why put it out there if it's not true? We had somebody on the last live say that J Prince Jr. damn near stepped over or Takeoff'S body. Like, come on, bro. He didn't do that. That's not true. That's not what happened, bro. J Prince Jr. did not step over Takeoff'S body. That's not true. That's a lie. He actually walked past it, and that's what happened. You dig? It's crazy. Stephen Crosby says your money can't keep you here, and he's right. Gary Gravasio says if Migos pull their guns first, the shooter can walk. Texas self-defense law. That's a fact. It's 100% facts. You're right. Because Texas got their own set of laws that certain places just don't have. It's definitely an open carry state. You know what I mean? So it's a big open carry state. And there's also self-defense laws as well. The few places in the South that have these self-defense laws that you can use. But yeah, man, this is pretty reckless, man. That's all I could pretty much say. But this is definitely going to be a topic for probably the rest of the month. This is just a crazy loss, man. It's a huge loss in hip hop. The hip hop community has definitely lost them a legend, man. It lost them a legend and a staple. So it's definitely going to be a huge deal, and it's going to lead to even more and more details as time progresses. So I'm going to be up on it as much as I possibly can, you know, and give y'all the scoop, see what's going on, man. But just know, I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't going to put out nothing that's not facts. You only trying to stick to the facts here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? No narratives, none of that. No false narratives. No, you know what I'm saying? No, nothing crazy, nothing foul. We're not throwing nothing on nobody's name until it's out there and we know for a fact. We can do all the investigating we want to do, but if we don't got facts that this person did this, then we can't say that they did it unless it was put out there. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people gonna run with narratives, but just know there's consequences for lying, man. It's big time consequences for telling false narratives, man. Big time. That's all I'm saying. But make sure you stay tuned for more, man. Hit the like, share the video if you will. We do need them shares. Please share the videos if you can. Salute to the chat as always. Thanks for rocking with us. But I'm about to be out. I'll be back with more content as time progresses. Y'all stay tuned, man. We up out of here. Here's a word from our sponsors. I am gone. Y'all be easy. Peace. A truck, trailer, boat, SUV, jet ski, or heavy machinery, Motorsports Miami will provide you access to buy at the largest auctions in the whole US. You'll have access to buying whatever state you're in today at a wholesale price, not retail. You'll save thousands off vehicle book value. For example, you'll be able to buy a car worth $10,000 for just $8,000. And if you thought that was good, check this out. Get involved in the car industry right now and you'll make up to $2,000 per sale. You can start buying and selling used cars such as trucks, SUVs, boats, jet skis, trailers today. If you're looking for a vehicle in cash with no payments, this is the place for you. So if you're looking to sell your vehicle, truck, boat, or trailer, sell through Motorsport Miami Consignment Dealer Service today, where thousands of buyers will be able to see your vehicle.